Alright, what's up, boys and girls?
Hello again, everyone. It is week 15 in the NFL, and thank you for watching Madden, man. I'm Daniel, joined as always by Wesley.
Hello, hello, hello.
This week we have what a lot of people are thinking is going to be a give-me game for the Patriots.
Kind of a blowout. I'm calculating or trying to figure out what my plan of action's going to be, which I imagine is much less stressful than my real-life counterparts and what they're going through right now, trying to figure out how to stop that offense.
Way back in week 1, the Dolphins beat the Patriots.
Way back in week 1.
The first few weeks where people are like, oh no, the Patriots are not any good anymore.
The Patriots are no good, and this is the Dolphins' year.
Yeah. Time to put Brady on the bench, and Belichick can't coach.
Seems like a season ago, right?
A long time ago.
Who else started like that? I want to say
the Packers. The Packers started out really slow.
I was about to say that was Green Bay. That started off getting beat by Seattle.
Yeah, lost to Seattle, then won a close game against a bad team, lost to the Lions, and everybody says, oh, the Packers are not very good. Aaron Rodgers says, relax.
Relax, yeah.
And they've been on fire ever since.
The soundbite or at least the quote that's going to be with him for the remainder of his career. Aaron Rodgers is Mr. Relax now. Which is cool, whatever. I like a nice chill guy, and he seems to be all of that. And he backs it up on the field. Relax, we got this. You know what? I laugh every time you say Chad Masters, but that is really what they call him on this game, huh?
Yeah.
His name is Chad Masters.
Yeah. That's from way back. But I don't know that he's acknowledged as Chad Masters this year. I've just been playing this game so long that I remember him being called that.
That's funny. Yeah, I definitely said Chad Masters beside his name. All right, we're getting prepared for this onside kick.
Surprise onside.
It could happen. All right, so I take it that you're feeling pretty confident about this game?
Never against you am I feeling confident about
the game.
The
real game.
Oh, the real game?
Oh, wow.
The Dolphins play really good defense. The plus is that this is a cold weather game in New England. The Dolphins are a Miami team. But the Dolphins are not a bad team. They're a solid team. They just happen to be in a division with the Patriots. And a pretty decent AFC field this year, so it's going to be hard for them to grab a wild card spot, but they're not out of it.
Right.
I mean, I feel good about the game, but I know that the Dolphins, there are ways that the Dolphins can win the game.
Standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
Like, things like that happening on the first play of the game. Is that Mike Wallace? I think Mike Wallace is 11. That's Jarvis, or is it Landry's? Well, it's Landry's, yeah. I think his first name is Jarvis, and he is kind of becoming the #1 receiver of the Dolphins. That kind of taking Mike Wallace over as far as production goes.
Well, I know nothing about the Dolphins, so everybody is the same. Everybody's going to get touches, which is probably not a bad way to play the game anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
If a guy's open, throw him the ball, baby. Let's play ball, baby.
Quick primer, you got 2 speed receivers, a very mediocre running game, and a touchdown, and a solid defense.
That's all I know about them, is that the defense is okay. Yeah, Chad is confused. That is not what we talked about all week long.
Oh, yeah, Brian Hartline is like not a Wes Welker, but sort of. He's a possession receiver. Put him in the slot, let him do things.
All right. Marino's old team, which is pretty much all they can get credit for these days. Oh, the Dolphins, awesome. I love Dan Marino.
Or the even further back, the 72 undefeated Dolphins
Right?
with
What's the guy's name?
that coach that I can't remember. Bill Walsh? Is that Walsh?
Oh, not the. There's a guy though, bro, who every time someone gets close to being undefeated, comes out of the woods and talks about why said team is not as good as his team, and cheers when they when a team inevitably loses again. What is his name?
I know what I remember what you're talking about. He hasn't had to make an appearance this year.
He hasn't made an appearance in a while.
Everybody lost early this year.
Oh, he was saucy when the Patriots were doing their thing, though.
They were a Super Bowl win away. And they had to play 16 games.
That happened. I'd be lying if I said I didn't laugh, though, when the Giants beat them.
Oh.
And Lord knows I wasn't pulling for the Giants, but I still laughed.
The first time, I was so okay with it because of the way it went down. Like, you know, like I didn't want it to happen, but I was okay. The second time, I was furious.
The second one burned a little bit more, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because
it was an interesting tackle.
Because I'm an NFL fan, and I think I might be an NFL fan over everything else. Okay. Like, I can get behind stories and I can get behind things happening. So sometimes I can just accept what's going on and still appreciate it.
Right.
I don't get overly up and down about my team. I don't yell at the television. I'm not one of those fans, you know.
Right.
Second time hurt. Because of the way it went down. It was just poor situational football by New England. But that's a long time ago now. They won't be playing the Giants in the Super Bowl this year. Should they get
will
there.
Not be playing the Giants in the Super Bowl. I feel like the division is, and this is a conversation for the next game. That division is going to come down to this weekend.
He's just so fast. You're always worried about his speed, and then you just get looking for the speed.
There are 4 teams. Well, and yeah, this is not the time to be talking about the NFC, I suppose. But there are 4 teams in the NFC that you feel like they could just have the playoff with those 4 teams.
Oh, wow. Oh, really? Nice. I dove for no reason, man, because I wanted to blow the play up for real. And instead of going to the outside, it was an inside run. Stupid inside counter.
New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground.
You know, you score it in 10 seconds. We have to work for it.
The goal is to... Nice.
Sometimes you wish you could mentally just will your blockers to do the things that you see, you know, and then they never do.
Get it together, video game industry. Make the AI read my mind, which probably isn't far away.
Before this is over, you and I will be wearing helmets that just port into our brain.
I hope so.
Good piece of tackling.
Some good sure hands right there.
Yeah.
Good job that time by the quarterback.
I thought there was a slight chance that I was going to be able to get in there and snatch that from him.
I did
All
too.
of your passes are in play instead of just the third long where you only have like 3 or 4 plays you can go to.
Set up screen to Vereen. Got some daylight. And Grimes is there to make the tackle.
It's a good solid run there, bro.
10 years ago, you'd
Good block,
never seen
pickups.
a pass on third down, but offenses are so varied now. You see it more and more. That was nice execution on the play, and it picked up a first down.
This play set up by the long gainer.
Oh, wow. Is that Gronkowski again? I want to...
John Cena.
He's got his John Cena on. He just got his John Cena on. Everybody sees you, Gronkowski. You're the biggest guy on the field.
That was a traffic catch. 55 kind of got on the play, came down, made it a little tougher than it should have been. The coverage was good.
Coverage was not bad.
But luckily, I have Tom Brady who could put it exactly where I want it.
Right, so before I came in today, I spent the car ride over here yelling at the radio, bro. Just like furious at the radio. Mr. Colin Cowherd, who everyone loves to hate.
Yes.
If it's been said once, it's been said 1,000 times. He's the kind of guy that you either, when he's agreeing with you or he's saying something that you agree with, it makes perfect sense and you're nodding your head at the radio or the TV if you're, for whatever reason, interested in watching him talk. So you're nodding your head and you're agreeing with him, but when he goes on one of those things where it's something you disagree with, he's infuriating. And he's talking about people and them considering sports to be an escape from reality, right? So I missed the beginning of the conversation, but the gist of it is that some people watch sports to kind of get away from the real world. Okay, it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
What can you possibly have to say against that thought? But Colin does, because his life is better than everybody else's.
Right.
So he doesn't understand. Come on, break that tackle, bro. He doesn't understand why people feel the need to get away from reality anyway. So he goes off on this long thing about, is your life so terrible that you have to escape reality and blah, 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 blah. And I'm furious, just yelling at the TV. Unfortunately, get there. Look at you.
Wow. There was 4 Patriots there.
You know what's surprising is that ball came down when it did. Because it seemed like it was going to float in the air a little bit longer.
I thought it was a little overthrown, and then it
just dropped. Yeah. It just dropped.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you do? I mean, how can I defend that any better?
You can't. Yeah, good job, Tannehill.
This guy is paid to talk about sports. He's, and good for him.
Good for him.
He's got a great job. Does he understand that most of his listeners don't have that job?
You know what it came down to? When after a brilliant caller, calls in and says, well, look, man, I watch sports because I want to get away from not just political politics, but office politics at the job and the social atmosphere that comes from a job. You know what I'm saying? That's not always fun to do. Even if you enjoy the people that you work with, it's still not always fun to do, to deal with office politics and that socialism that has to happen at work. Sometimes you just want to get away from that stuff. Oh, wow. Nice. So this guy calls in, and Colin, the guy does such a good job of making that point that Colin at least has to concede, okay, I guess I can kind of see what you're saying, idiot. Okay, whatever. So then the guy who's in the studio with him says, well, because he asked the guy after this caller gets off the phone, he asked the guy in the studio with him, I guess trying to get back to the point of, well, my original point is still accurate. Let me get the guy who's beside me to agree with me. Oh, wow, nice. A little bit deeper, man. Ooh, that's what she said.
Nice. Nice getting your hand out there.
Good job.
Oh, wow, really? Come on, bro. You know what it is. You know what it is.
Make a good defensive play. Just to get it all going in this next
play. Make 2 good defensive plays. Pretty much what it comes down to. Okay, so the guy in the studio with him basically ends up saying,
The jumbo set on the field. They'll go with the extra tonnage here with the jumbo set. That's a missed
Wrong button
opportunity, and
altogether.
now they'll have to bring out the defense.
He was standing there open, and I pressed the wrong button.
I committed just enough to pass defense there. Like I would have conceded a lot of things happening, but I wasn't gonna like have some trickeration bomb for a touchdown happen. So luckily I had some guys out in the short zone.
I overthought that for sure, and not really because I think the guy was standing there open. But whatever. So the guy in the office with him basically says, well, what you just said, our job is in sports. Some people take a vacation from their jobs. Oh, nice, because, yeah, your back broke out of the backfield. Did you see him?
No, I was looking at a crossing route that was coming open.
Yeah, you had a touchdown out of the backfield. And it was all on me.
Well,
but the rule is, as has been said before, put pressure on Brady, put pressure on Manning. So, in-office guy, hey, well, your job is in sports, and it's kind of awesome, and you get to talk about sports all day. When you go on vacation, you take a vacation from sports. These people don't. Can't you appreciate that there are blue-collar people out there and people who just don't enjoy your job as much, as much as you do? Can't you appreciate that there are people out there like that? And Colin kind of had to bend to it, but the conversation took way too long, and the words never should have come out of his mouth because they didn't make sense in the first place. With that said, thank you, Colin, for doing your show, because you definitely get your audience engaged.
I was just going to bring up that point that maybe, who knows if he even believes that.
Right,
like
yeah,
if you can get big ratings by making people mad, okay.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Eyeing that left side, and Amendola got it, and a first.
Just play up on him a little bit more, please. Get up on him like you mean it.
The offense is set.
Totally faked him out.
First down.
Just playing that stretch.
I didn't even see him. I was busy guarding. I was guarding my man.
And the second quarter is underway.
Oh wow! I bit on that counter like crazy. It was a one-on-one situation, and I was all over that counter. Inside run. I got this. Don't worry, boys. Y'all just go get the Gatorade.
It's a scary play. It's out of a formation with no tight end at the line. So, you're really relying on your O-line to not let you die in the backfield.
Yeah, you're subject to get popped.
Right, it's not going to work all the time. But sometimes...
I felt like it was only fair that we give you a 7-point lead.
Yeah.
Just to keep the game interesting.
Oh, so speaking of, I usually like to start these off talking about last week. Our game versus reality.
Okay.
Our game, Patriots 21, Chargers 14. Reality, Patriots 23, Chargers 14. So, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, if I've said it once, I've said it once. Madmen are psychics. You're welcome, America.
Sometimes they are, but then there's another game we'll talk about. You'll have to tune into the Eagles game to hear about that.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about it, do we?
First down at the 24. It's Miller. This run goes nowhere. Stopped for a loss of 4. The Dolphins line up. Split backfield. Second down and 13. Miller's handing the football.
Nice adjustment. Nice adjustment.
Well, thank you very much.
Looking for one more stop here on third down after that run.
He got hung up on a defender. I don't know how that happened. But I eyeballed this one route. And Pouncey, dirty Florida boy, didn't tackle anybody. I mean, didn't block anybody.
The Dolphins will punt it. He'll return this one.
Oh, I wanted Edelman, man.
I
You should
know
have
you
turned that
always do.
upfield once, bro.
There's too much traffic. Turn it upfield.
Why not?
I don't know why I don't always call for the fair catch.
I wanted to hit him so bad. No disrespect to the real life counterpart. I'm becoming a fan of Julian.
Oh, I have too, big time over the last couple of years. Some people are going to say, oh, they were so dumb to get rid of Wes Welker. And I love Wes Welker and wish him the best. But Edelman has produced every bit as much as Welker and maybe even more this year.
Absolutely.
While Welker's in an offense that uses him occasionally.
Right.
First down at the 34. Brady's got it on the play action.
Oh, wow. I thought it was a pick. Wrong.
Brady's job is to sell that play fake, and boy, did he do it that time. It fooled the defense, and they get the completion.
First down here after the completion. Shane Vereen lined up in the backfield. Handoff made.
Oh, stay upright. The whole play, I was like hammering on left. Like I saw it there, but he just couldn't make it happen.
Talking about the quarterbacks and wide receivers, how well they're doing. What a good change of pace to watch the game evolve around a running back. And man, this guy is taking advantage of those opportunities.
That leads us to
Right,
second
so
down.
one of the other notes of interest in slightly related news. We've got the 30 for 30, the U Part 2 happening this weekend.
Oh.
2nd and 9. Keeps it on the play fake. It's Brady looking wrong.
Really?
Ball's picked off that
Really?
time.
Well, the defense has to be depressed after that play.
There were times where we both had a shot at that.
Yeah, man. Like when I switched, I thought I was going to pick up the safety. So I moved, like trying to move the safety over to him. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, that's the corner. Who was step for step with the receiver?
The offense needs 9 here on 3rd down after that incompletion. 3rd and 9 is the call. And Amendola, a receiver in the slot. Looks to his left.
Oh, that's... Come on, man. That's not real.
Yeah.
I agree,
What do you do?
bro.
What do you do, Philbin?
That was a nice job that time by the offense.
When I say I was ready for that, and he just
Increase their lead.
smokes
Really
me.
takes a lot of pressure off the defense.
Wow.
It was
The Patriots for the extra point.
Windows, you know, Tom Brady and
Absolutely.
Windows, because
Tom
a
Brady
lot of
to
guys
broadcast.
throw that interception because,
I agree.
you know, a foot or so to the right, and that's your ball probably.
Absolutely. And I guess I can accept that I pressed the button a little too early.
Brady threw for more than 60 yards.
Yeah, I want you to
Dolphins are back deep, waiting for the kick return.
keep running and try and intercept it instead of one-handing from a mile away.
So who are we talking about in the 30 for 30, the youth? Please no. Please no run backs.
Apparently there is more of... what was the guy's name? The guy, the evil guy? Was it Shapiro?
Maybe.
Evan Shapiro, maybe? Who's Evan Shapiro?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, so there's more Shapiro, who is the Weasley guy who was maybe a lawyer, or he had something to do with like the funneling of money or something along those lines. Whatever, 30 for 30, that's happening again. But this guy, the director, who was also the director of Cocaine Cowboys and the original The U and several other Florida-based pieces of whatever, movies and whatnot. He's talking about Florida, and he says basically there's no coincidence. It's not a coincidence that all of these things happened for Miami during the time that it happened, because Florida is what Florida is, and it's kind of this place where all the horrible people end up going eventually anyway. America's Most Wanted. Everybody's eventually was eventually found in Florida and whatnot. He says if you tilt the United States over a little bit, all the sludge kind of ends up in Florida. And he was so funny. It was very funny. So I'm kind of interested in that. Check out the U this weekend and we'll talk about it. But with that said, it got me thinking about Miami at the time, and more so than Warren Sapp and Michael Irvin and all those guys that came out of there. My favorite Miami player from that era, The Rock.
Oh, definitely.
The Rock, right? Like, hearing that made me remember that my guy was a part of that same group of players. Although probably because he had a decent father and all these other things, didn't really get caught up in a lot of the nonsense that everybody else got caught up in.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down.
But that's slightly related. We got Miami on the field. Pouncey, who Florida college kid, made me think about that.
Passing game on first down.
Oh man, I came off him so bad.
Tackle made by Browner that time.
He wasn't technically my guy.
Yeah, that safety was not doing his job.
Yeah.
More than 7 here, the offense down the red zone.
Like really, that was your guy.
And you know what?
But I knew I was playing back up on that because we both looked for that play to happen. Both of us do it.
I'm impressed with Tannehill, man.
Oh, he's turning into a solid quarterback. And the real Tannehill doesn't put it downfield as much as what you're doing, but he makes good decisions for the most part.
Maybe 4. Coming up, second down.
Oh man.
And now Tannehill's going to take off.
Guys, just get an angle and put the murder.
Oh my god.
Puts the attempted murder on.
I'm kind of proud of that, man, because
Yeah, I didn't expect him to get there.
the shrug had nothing to do with me. I know, like, the controller's supposed to vibrate and you can kind of shrug people off. That had nothing to do with me, but after that, seeing the angle and taking it, that was your boy.
Strong eye.
Nah.
This game just got
All
a
right.
whole lot more interesting.
Took the words out of my mouth, but the game got a little bit more
That was
interesting.
just an awful job, wasn't it, by the defense? I mean, it's first and goal. Well, you know it's going to be a run.
Now's the
Or I
point
think you
where
should be playing
random
on
commentator
the
number 2
defense
says,
side.
yeah, but
Ready
you
to
have
get
too much
overpowered,
time on the
and
clock.
they give up the running
To that fool, we say, shut up.
Tannehill's going to look on now from the sidelines. That last drive, he
That
contributed
fool's not out here having to
50
score
yards in the
points.
air.
Right.
The Patriots prepared to return the
Well,
kick.
if it was me, I would have just waited a little bit longer to score.
Like you can just decide.
Right. That's why you're in the
Like
booth
the
right
Patriots,
now.
you just decide when you want to score on them.
Able to move past the 20 and
That's why
brought
there's
down at the
so many
23.
former coaches working for ESPN. If it was me, I wouldn't have scored something.
And how many rings do you have?
Oh, none? Oh, yeah.
Drive at the 20.
That's because you were waiting to score your touchdowns.
Right. Still waiting on that ring.
First down at the 23. Screen pass to Edelman.
Big time.
The slowest man alive.
Big time. Wow.
And I'm not.
Got some guns, though.
Don't consider this trash talking, but Des Bryant might have scored a touchdown.
Des Bryant would have scored a touchdown.
Des Bryant doesn't.
That would have been a stiff arm and
Des
a
doesn't
walk
reflect
into
on
the end
life
zone.
and all that after catching the ball.
That's right.
Basking in the moment.
Turning around, pointing at people. Don't you even
Short
think
pass
about
play,
tackling me, fool.
Picked up 6. It's now second down and 4.
Then you
Still
go.
love you, Edelman.
Backfield for Brady this time. Drop back, shotgun formation. Brady takes
Oh, yeah.
the goal line.
Oh, yeah.
Third down here. Offense trying to pick up the first. Quickly to the line.
Oh, trickery. Oh,
Third
sucker.
and 1. They're setting up screen.
Edelman, you're so horrible. You're so horrible.
Play.
Wait a
The
second.
Dolphins are going to 3 timeouts right here.
You know, okay, now that that play's over, I can talk about what happened there. I was
Okay.
like, okay, I'm in the spread that I want to be in. All right, let me try a screen. and let me try it to the left. So I'm like, fast play call, screen, let's take it left. So I flipped the play. Well, I didn't flip the play. And the reason I wanted to flip the play was because Edelman.
Yeah, give him the ball, man. Give him the ball. Why not? Oh,
And the Patriots are going to punt
And
it.
they're warmed.
Thank you.
You are awesome for that. Yeah. Welcome to the game, Joel.
And of course, hindsight, like, just run another play. You know, just don't run that play. When that happens so much, don't run that play.
You know your first mistake. Left too many problems in the top.
See, we thought we were going to get to pick when we scored and not leave all that time on the clock.
Well, that's the way it normally works.
The Dolphins bring their offense back onto the field.
So
for
says
the next
unemployed
drive.
coach number 2.
Split backfield here. Ryan Tannehill will take it from the gun.
Oh, he knows it's coming.
Fire it out.
Oh, and he's all over it.
But he didn't catch it.
Almost going in the other direction.
Well, Jim, I threw a lot of passes like that in my career where it should have been intercepted and the guy dropped it.
You
just
tested
go,
me.
Yes,
I did.
And I
got the
all
break.
but passed.
How can you capitalize on this break?
I did that.
I didn't quite pass. Because the pass is
Second down after the
when I was running the other way with the ball.
Split backfield here. From the gun, Tannehill.
Trying him again.
Going for the deep ball.
Oh, wow.
The interception.
I tried to fool you and take it deep.
In on the stop.
No problem. I'm all over that. No problem at all.
You and me, Patrick Chung, we can make things happen.
And it led to an interception.
Switched off McCourty, and I guess I'm happy about it.
Wow. Such a bad decision, man. I guess the times of exploiting that safety are done for
As
me,
they
huh?
head to the line.
Apparently not. I still have to be a nervous wreck every game about it because I know what's going to happen.
Vereen lined up in the backfield. He takes it on the counter, fights through that hit. He's
No, you
taken
don't. You staying down.
at the 47.
You know what I'm trying to do.
Now second down and 5 after running it on first down. Getting set as fast as they can. Just look at the numbers behind the rushing attack.
Gronk, where you going,
And
Gronk?
they are absolutely dominating at the line of scrimmage and on the scoreboard as well.
An offensive lineman's dream to run the football, to dominate physically and be winning.
It's a
There is no point in me even trying to intercept the ball when Gronkowski's the receiver. That wasn't Gronkowski.
That was Edelman
Yeah, that
making
was
up for
Edelman.
that
Add on that lead with
terrible
the touchdown.
last time around, right?
The other team
Was that
is
Edelman or
the
Amendola?
vision or
That was
the
Edelman.
My
Yeah.
bet is they'll be
Now Grant was the target, but you boxed him out so bad. Like the Dolphins would bring people off the sideline to cover Grant.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I see this guy with no one around. And I throw it, and then your safety gets a decent angle on it, but I think he came down too low.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is I left too much time on the
The
clock.
problem is that you've left way too much time on the clock.
Patriots were very effective on that scoring drive, especially via the pass.
Oh, wow, I forgot I was already down by 7.
Scoring drive.
So the Pats trying to get the crowd in. There's a button that does that. I can't
Williams
remember
gonna
what it
test
is.
the
But
coverage here. And he's tackled just past
I feel like you're going to run
the 20.
every
We'll mark it
kickoff
at
back. I really got
22-yard
to
line.
adjust. Do something different.
I just read a report last night on the absurd number of touchdowns the Eagles have right now, or this year, off of returns.
Oh, yeah. Their special teams are.
Yeah, apparently it's like unprecedented territory. There's like 8 touchdowns off returns.
Is
or-
that Sproles doing that mostly, or is that someone else?
It's got to be, right? Because the people who return the ball on Madden are super slow.
Setting up string, brings it into his body. He's into
no.
the open.
Oh, no. Please.
Oh, come on, bruh.
Right around the 21-yard line. The Dolphins.
Come on, son.
Remaining.
It was too much of a mind game for me to try to tackle you. I collapsed. I had a mental breakdown right there on the field for everyone to see. An absolute mental breakdown.
We like to call that Kendall Gilling.
I had a Kendall Gill mental trauma.
Split backfield here.
One of my favorite basketball players.
Oh my God, my favorite basketball player to make fun of. I didn't even try and take it. I didn't even try and catch the ball. Man. That was a touchdown and all on me. I didn't even put my hands up for it.
Not being fooled. Being in position. When you're in position, you have a chance to
He did, though,
big play
behind
by
Jones.
Patrick Jones.
got the interception. First down on the way.
That interception is brought to you by Pumpkin Spice Latte.
The Patriots call a timeout.
Oh, really?
Their first.
We didn't like what we saw.
Gee, first mistake. Too much time on the clock. 11 seconds, 20 yards. That's when you need Wes Welker.
They come to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe.
First down.
Don't get Gronkowski hurt, man.
Lined up in the backfield.
What's that screen written all over it, right?
Down the field.
Wow, and it's one-on-one.
Rhines nearly comes
left too much time.
How does it end up being that one-on-one?
Yeah, I agree. Tom Brady's just like hanging out and ordering a pizza and then throwing that to JoJo LaFell.
It's because everybody was back in coverage.
I got you, okay.
Yeah, just about everybody was back on coverage, and you still end up with a one-on-one situation.
But the ball was in the air for so long that one-on-one was, it didn't have much of a shot. It was a jump ball.
So, second down here. This will be the last play before halftime. Throw to the left. It's Amendola.
Bruh, you've got to be kidding me, man. You have got to be kidding me.
Does it for the
Bruh.
first half. Dolphins trail
That's what my boy Anthony would say. Come on, bruh.
All right, welcome to the Verizon halftime.
What do you think
report.
about it, Larry
Let's take a
Ridley?
look back at the first half. The Patriots right now are doing a good job
What
protecting
a
their
love for him to
house.
say. Come on, bruh. Come on, son.
But will need to improve if they want to win this one. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half.
Those 218 pass yards are on 2 plays, ladies and gentlemen.
You know?
On offense, Teddy has got the completion from the gun. And
Here's my
they
mental
end up going for
meltdown.
57, sticking with the same drive.
Who was it that caught him in that situation?
Oh, man.
Ends up working for a touchdown as they put the
Maybe
first
Brandon
points on
Browner.
the board. Patriots line up at the 18. Nice work to make the catch and
Some more
double
nonsense.
cover, and it ends up
You
working
can't guard
for a touchdown.
Gronkowski.
Patriots tied up
Yeah, I
at
did the
7.
splits and John Cena.
Johnson, you can't see me.
Now early in the second quarter. It's gonna be a
You
fun play here.
can't
And
see
he'll win for 54 yards.
Yeah, I liked that play. That was a
Up by
good
a
one.
touchdown.
I'll get a little crazy at the end.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Gronkowski is found coming across the middle, and this play will go for 6. Lead down.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Let's do
man, what
this.
song was that? You can't see me. You can't see me.
Miller's got the target on the
It's a
screen.
Death Row song.
Is it?
Yeah, who is? It was either. It's either Snoop or
Dolphins
Tupac.
have it later on the drive. Thomas is going to stay inside after the handoff, and he'll go in for a score.
But you can't see me. It's got to be Tupac, right? They were so horrible in hindsight. Have you ever gone back and listened to any?
Hey, I was just about to take a little segue from that. So, I'm such a, I don't know that I can take credit for saying that I'm like such a goody-goody, but you know, I'm always like, clean language, good role model, let's do the right thing, right?
Okay, yes.
But I got this, I just got this urge that I had to try Grand Theft Auto 5, right, on PS4.
All right,
so good, right?
gotcha. Okay.
So, and which, by the way, it is so horrible, so horrible.
Morally or play-wise?
Play-wise, it's very fun.
Okay.
Morally, so horrible. The
Yeah.
game starts with you and two other guys robbing a bank and killing so many police officers.
Right.
Gets out past the 20.
Killing so many people.
I mean, so many. There's not a police officer in that town anymore. They're all
Gotcha.
dead. Having to bring people in to help with funeral arrangements. But anyway, so you get into the main game, and I've played it twice now. Oh, 2 separate days. I've played it for the first day for about an hour, and then the second day, like I thought I didn't really care a whole lot for it, but then the second time around, you do kind of get wrapped up in the story, and you're like, oh,
Gotcha.
so I'm into this. So, but anyway, the radio stations are fairly horrible as well. Like a lot of like hard metal and then hard rap, right?
Okay.
And then there's some normal stuff. There's got your 80s throwbacks and your country music and all that. But anyway, there's a like all 90s rap hip hop station, right?
Really?
Which is just like going back to our teenage years.
That's
when I hear
what's
this.
up. Okay.
And like I found this station and it was playing this. I think it's an old Warren G song mostly, but it's like, what would you do if you could F with me and my crew?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Do you remember that one?
Yes. I remember Corrupt having. Come on, bro.
5 yards.
What was that song? It was definitely the Dog Pound. Was definitely.
Oh, yeah.
that song. Oh my God.
And Snoop Dogg may be in it. It was like here's everybody on Death Row Records just doing stuff, I guess.
I loved them. But what'd you think of the song hearing it again?
It was almost comical.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yes, absolutely I do. Absolutely I do. I went back and listened to
after the completion.
and in the 90s you couldn't tell me that Tupac wasn't the best rapper ever born. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's not even close. The content was always great. The emotion and passion, everything that you still rightly have to give him credit for, was always there. But that content that I thought was there just wasn't, man. It's just, the whole thing is really simplistic. I'm either going to kill you or
right.
or let's hook up, or whatever. And
Right. You don't have a lot of song variety.
at all, yeah.
And now they'll try over again.
And
on
some
second
smoking.
down.
And some smoking. But that was, I'm gonna put that on Snoop more so than Tupac. Pac never really seemed to be much of a drinker, smoker,
Play, they'll
whatever.
go with 2 tight ends. They feed it to him one more time. And they
Good
advance
run.
the ball onto the
Very
other
good
side.
run.
Just enough.
Running the
He's
football
a
is a
little
mindset.
slowed
And
down a
it's
little bit. He's got
what
100
this
yards
team
on the day.
has today.
So he had that one big run.
Yeah, that's right. But at the time I'm like, wow, double disc CD, kids.
Oh, yeah,
That's back when there
that
were
one,
CDs.
the
Yeah,
white CD. I
come
don't
on,
remember.
double disc, and every song at the time to me was a banger. Every one of them. Just let them both run, and I can probably still to this day
They're able to move the chains after that
recite
last
the
run.
words to 90% of the songs on
Right,
on the
right.
album. But man, like going back and listening to it, I was embarrassed
Running right through the
with myself for having ever really liked it.
at the 45-yard line.
And we're getting old, bro. For those of you trying to do the math in your head, we are 90s kids. 35 a piece right now. 35 for another couple of weeks here. Yeah, hip hop in the 90s, man. It was a different kind of thing.
I don't have a frame of reference. I've kind of I'm so into this
Second down.
indie culture,
Okay.
acoustic guitar music now.
Yeah.
That I don't compare it to
Go ground. Trying to plow ahead.
to the stuff that's out today. Like I hear what I hear, and it seems like it's just like taking everything to the next level. The stuff that I have heard, but now, I mean, I'm talking about like some Wiz Khalifa stuff and that kind of thing, and he's kind of a nut.
I've never listened to him. I assume he's this generation's version of Tupac, but I'm not Tupac, of Snoop, but I've never listened to him. I still listen to like people from our generation.
But
I still
yeah,
listen to
it's
Mos
like,
Def, Common,
You can't
Quali.
you can't tell me that there's stuff out today that's better than Mr. Mike. and
Number 6 coming up on this
8-Ball and MJG.
8-Ball and MJG, I love it. Yeah,
Mr. Mike, I fell in love with, and then there was a couple guys.
Brother Lynchung. You will
he was
always
coming.
be Mr.
He was
Brother
coming.
Lynchung too.
Brother Lynchung, who is, again, kind of like what you were saying about what you said about Tupac earlier, right?
Yes.
Like you couldn't tell me that there was a thing better. Like Brother Lynchung was the most innovative, talented, like
Disgusting.
content aside, right? Like this guy is talented. You couldn't tell me otherwise. And Mr. Mike was right there with him.
Boys and girls.
And we're gonna try
Yeah,
to.
Draco loved Brother Lynchung, and that was bad stuff. We'll just say that was bad stuff.
First down, they're going to go for it.
Yeah. Yes,
It
I
was
remember the
bad
first
stuff.
time hearing that
It was
album,
bad
Season
stuff.
of the Sickness.
That's right.
The Patriots snap it at the 41. Jumps into the air and
Come on, man. That's just great awareness, bro. I can't be mad at that at all. Catch the ball, turn upfield.
We're trying to put it away. These Dolphins have been playing well today.
Catch the ball, turn it upfield. I'm not mad at that at all.
the Patriots snap it at the 31. They'll run it here, and Vereen is stopped there.
All right, so
One
14
team's running
points
the
with...
football, the other is passing, but both are working.
Yeah, they both are working. As you
It's
look
going
down there on
down.
the field, one set of running backs are really happy. On the other side, the wide receiver.
All right, so
they're really
what's your vote
happy.
for favorite
As long as you get it done, that's all that matters.
90s
Split
hip-hop
backfield here.
album then? Would it be Season of the Sickness?
No, it would be the one that came after that.
What was the name of that?
Oh, I'm trying to think of it. Loaded, I think.
Okay.
Loaded.
Trying to beat the play clock.
Load it on.
Takes another
Baby
handoff.
Killer, probably. It's not a song. Are you sure?
The football out to
The first like 5 songs on the
Good job
album.
by the safety diagnosing the
Give me the track list of
outside
Loaded.
and making the tackle for a short gain.
Sick Mind House, My Soul to Keep featuring Cocaine, Die, One by One.
Oh, that one. That one.
Hold on. The name of the song is Die One by... Oh, crap. I just called it timeout because I was laughing too hard.
It's got an Evil Dead is a like what's it called, a sample right there.
Okay.
Sick make music coming up at your feet. Catch the reaper, night crawler, creeper, dig a ditch, dig a ditch deeper.
You gotta turn it off. I promise you, it's not gonna pass the censor test.
I promise. I
Yeah.
was already having to like not say lines.
Yeah, I promise you, it will not pass the
You
test.
promised me you didn't say me to begin with.
I didn't, but
Oh wow. Yeah, Brother Lynchung. You guys look him up and get ready for a laugh. Wow, that's supposed to be coming back our way, bro. You are not allowed to flex in that situation.
yeah, if I remember all those, I loved that album. What was wrong with me?
I love that album. What was wrong with you?
And I can like, it's one of those like you say, I could still sing these. You know?
Yes.
Patriots have the field
All
goal
right.
team
So
out there.
you said Tupac. Is that going to be your vote? Or
Yeah, come on. When it comes to the 90s, All Eyes on Me was...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was just it for me, bro. That was our senior year.
What else?
For all those concerned, Tupac and Biggie both died our senior year. We went to this little Alabama back. We're in Alabama, boys and girls. Okay, so that's number one. If you didn't pick up on the accents yet, we're in the South. We're in Alabama, but we're in a part of Alabama, or the school that we graduated from is in a part of Alabama that's considered country, right? So the people in Alabama call our school country. That's all you need to know. Okay, that's all you need to know. So when I say these little, I hesitate to call them backwoods because they're my friends. They're some of the best people I've known in my life. You won't meet better people than who we came up with. But these people, these country, predominantly white kids, in backwoods Alabama, crying their eyes out, bro. Crying their eyes out about Tupac and Biggie dying, man. Like, yeah, that memory is second to none. But yeah, come on, all eyes on me. In hindsight, I can see that Biggie was probably a more talented MC, and I didn't give him the credit he deserved.
Yeah, I could get with that.
Because as a grown man, I definitely like him more. Oh, it doesn't matter. She's got the album list or the song list from All Eyes on Me. I promise you, it doesn't matter. Every one of them was a banger to me. Every one of them.
I didn't know they remastered it though. That's pretty cool.
Well,
Surprise money.
Yeah, come on. Why wouldn't you
I
remaster?
heard Tupac's got a new album coming out later this year.
That rumor of him being
Out of his
in.
vault.
Wow, nice pick. Who's that? OJ?
That's Rod Mayo.
I said OJ. Mayo.
OJ.
Well, OJ Mayo is a. Hold on, who is he? He's a. Is he the
somebody,
basketball
right?
player? He's somebody. Whatever. Who is OJ Mayo? Is he a basketball player?
I should look it up.
Look it up for us, Jennifer.
last
That
name?
lovely Jennifer.
Mayo,
It's dropped
as
in
in
on
the
us.
most disgusting condiment ever made.
Ooh, I hate mayonnaise.
I think we can all agree on that. Then
Yeah.
it's a necessary evil in like potato salad and
And,
stuff.
and
ranch
tuna
dressing?
salad. I can
Yes.
eat it in tuna
Right.
salad.
But if you're gonna just put it on bread, no,
Don't you do it?
don't you do
Don't
it.
you do it?
Who would name their kid OJ Mayo? That's like orange juice and mayonnaise. Come
Well,
on.
I'm sure they didn't name him OJ.
Yeah, the mayonnaise is. And his name isn't Man. I assume their name isn't. The family name isn't Mayonnaise because the Smiths used to be blacksmiths, and the
Sure.
right,
whatever.
A lot
Yeah.
of those names came from something.
yeah. I hope it's not a family of people who just love mayonnaise.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, absolutely. OJ Mayo is a basketball player. I knew that. I don't know why I was doubting myself. Okay, so whatever there. But Mayo, stop. Yeah, stop putting that on your sandwiches. That's gross.
That last running play was good for only a yard, so it's second
Gerard
down
Mayo
and 9.
gets an interception, and the takeaway is we don't put that on our sandwiches.
That'll bring us to the
That's
end of
good.
the third quarter here in Foxborough.
all right,
About
Philbin, what
halfway
you got?
between Providence and Boston, and we'll return in a moment for the
I feel like this game is quickly headed in the wrong direction. So
That third quarter, we were able
That
to
last running play was good
make
for
some
only a
moves. And
yard,
did
so
we
it's
even
second
score?
down
I
and
don't
9.
know. But what we did was
milk that clock.
take away some clock and,
Yeah,
and, put, and turn it into a 3-score game.
Yeah, that happened, bro.
And sing a little brother that
The
chant.
final quarter begins with this.
Oh man, come on! You got to start hitting him.
Is stopped there.
Yeah,
Nice run. That
Gerard
time. You run the football
definitely
like
ruined
this
the game for me.
over a period
Hope you're
of
proud of
time,
yourself.
It's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it.
So
Nice
with that
job
in
on the
mind,
offensive line.
let's go ahead and dive deeper into the rabbit hole.
Okay.
What is your worst mayonnaise story? Because I bet I can top it. The reason why young Geppetto Gangrene does not like mayonnaise now.
Pulls it in.
No.
That's been the story of this game.
Ooh,
Another
I don't know that I have a bad Mayo
to move
story.
the chains. The Patriots lead here in the second
And I
half.
think maybe I was just overdosed on it as a child. My mom used to put it on everything and still does to this day. You know, if I go have dinner at mom's and she's doing anything that's a sandwich, I'm like, please no,
Mom,
please no.
I'm going to tell you right now, you need to stop that immediately. I will report you. Absolutely. Okay, so
Back at the line after that catch
I'll go ahead and
for
give you
first
mine.
down.
Okay.
Jen, you got a bad mayonnaise story? Okay.
No.
So we're in Alabama. I'm from Alabama by way of Phoenix, Arizona.
Here's the handoff, and no
When we were young, my mom met a guy in Arizona who was from Alabama as well.
the defense has got to be a little aggressive.
And
Surprise.
right, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they bonded for whatever reason. Like Phoenix, Arizona, in the in the 80s, late 80s or whatever. She meets this guy, awesome guy. Shout out to Craigo. I'm not gonna put all his information out there just for the sake of privacy, but we called him Craigo, so shout out to Craigo. But Craigo had this thing with mayonnaise. He loved it. With both of these adults being Southern kids, they loved good Southern breakfast. Okay, so they like grits, eggs, toast, bacon, all of that. That was a good breakfast for us on Sundays, even in Arizona. Grits, eggs, toast, the whole 9 yards. What Craig introduced me to was mixing all of my things together. You get your grits,
Okay, right.
You put your eggs in there, you mix all that up. If you have sausage or bacon, you mix that in there together. Sounding like a good Southern scramble right now, right?
I'm
Sounds
scared.
delicious. Okay. I would sprinkle a little bit of sugar in mine because my grandmother, who was still in Arizona, still in Alabama at the time, taught us from an early age, put a little sugar in the grits, and the kids love it. She got us addicted to sugar in our grits. So that's what we would do. What Craig would do is put the biggest spoonful of we're not even going to acknowledge that, is put the biggest spoonful of mayonnaise in a combination of grits, eggs, bacon, and whatever other random thing was going in this mixture, and then just piling mayonnaise on it. And yeah, that was my first introduction to vomiting because you see something gross. Like, I'd never gotten sick at the stomach by seeing something gross until I saw that, and I was scarred
I
from
can see
there.
that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Oh my God, it was the nastiest looking thing. Craigo, if you're out there and you happen to hear this in some way, and you're still putting mayonnaise in your grits, stop immediately.
Stop.
You're not helping anybody. Your family doesn't like it, I assure you. Nobody likes seeing that.
I hope Craigo's okay. That cholesterol levels can't be very
Come on,
good.
yeah. Come on, son. Probably using Miracle Whip now. Which case you would think I'd be a fan of Miracle Whip with my distaste for mayonnaise. But on the very rare occasions when I need mayonnaise, Miracle Whip does not do it for me. The sweet mayonnaise? I'm okay. Thanks.
I don't even know
Thanks,
what
but no
Miracle Whip
thanks.
tastes like. I don't know if I've ever had it.
I've tried it once or twice in my life, and sweet mayonnaise is all that comes to mind for me. Look at, was that OJ again?
It may have been.
Because he is doing his thing out there. You know what? The game's over.
Yeah.
We're about to try him. Get ready, Revis. He's been thrown to one time in the past 2 games.
Right on cue.
Yeah, you stop that right now.
Hey, just bringing back a 90s.
I don't know what
sound
this
clip.
is, but I don't know what that celebration you just did is. One attempt, one interception.
Yeah.
We got a big game ahead. With, doing this one first. We got a Cowboys Eagles game that
I have got to make up for this with that game.
this is a revenge game for Wesley. He lost to the Cowboys in overtime a couple weeks ago. Now, I'm sure he's okay with that because of the real result
Because of
being
the
so
real-
much different.
Want to know the great part about my brain? I forgot that I lost that game. Whatever.
Because you remember that the Eagles beat
The
the
Eagles
Cowboys.
won, bro. That's all I remember. The Eagles won. The NFC East is about to get locked up this weekend.
I mean, there are other factors that could go in, like both of them could lose out or something after this.
Right.
But this weekend's a big deal for the NFC East.
Absolutely.
Would you guys like a throwback list of the other top albums from the 90s?
Yeah,
Let's see
sure.
if we can name them off.
Okay.
Are we talking just hip hop or is this everything?
Rap.
Rap?
Rap. Okay, definitely Doggy Style.
That's Snoop Dogg's first album by himself, right?
Yes, that's Snoop Dogg's first album.
Then
by
I
himself.
think Dr. Dre's The
The
Chronic has
yeah,
to be.
Chronic's
like,
got to be number 1, maybe, right?
Chronic is actually, it looks like number, well, if this list is in order, it looks like it's number 2 of all the 90s albums. Number 1, can
Wait,
you guess?
it's not All Eyes on Me?
No.
Is it not a Tupac album?
No.
And not a Snoop Dogg or Dre album?
Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Oh,
East
yeah,
1999?
East 1999 by Bone. That's my guess.
Really?
No.
No. Okay. What-
If this is in order, because it might not be, but Enter the Wu-Tang.
Oh, Into the 36 Chambers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. That was the album that was playing when I got in my first car accident.
That's awful.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I had Wu-Tang playing.
Was
When
that
I
a
hit the
double
fire
disc
hydrant.
album? Didn't they have a double disc album?
No, that one wasn't double disc. They did. That was Wu-Tang Forever.
Again, if this is in order, then it looks like All Eyes on Me is number 5.
Hold on, okay.
So what would be above that?
I've got to put the Bone Thugs album up there, if anything, and then Doggy Style. No? Or maybe
maybe there's some late '90s stuff that we're not thinking about.
And there may be
Maybe years.
okay, yeah. What year?
Does Ice Cube have one on
That's what I was about to say. That first Ice Cube album might be up there.
Let me see. In 95, number 4 would be Only Built for Cuban. Links
Only built.
Instrumentals.
Yeah, Raekwon, huh?
Yeah?
Okay.
I've never heard of
I don't
him.
even know that.
He's a Wu-Tang member.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And arguably the best Wu-Tang member. Little side note, I think it was that album. They said that Biggie ripped off his album cover with the picture of him as a baby on the album cover. Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
Notorious Big album cover.
Alright, well the other one is, and this one's kind of funny because I didn't even know this was the name of the album.
Space
but
Jam?
Ice Cube. America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted, absolutely.
That's the one with Today Was
But
a
he's
Good
got
Day
3
on it,
Ks.
right?
Yes.
What a dummy.
Did it have 3 Ks?
Yes, it did. That's why I said America's
Well,
Most Wanted.
he has his moments of giving social messages, and 3
was in
Ks I'm sure
1990.
was not a mistake.
Right. Although it seems odd, I guess. Was that even a deal? Maybe I'm just so separated from that.
Yeah, well, he's an LA kid, right? And LA is notoriously one of the most racist cities in the country.
I would have never ever guessed
Where?
that.
LA, multiple racial riots, like throughout its history, multiple racial riots.
Well,
You've
yeah,
got
like, and gang wars. And
I thought we here in the South had full claim to all those things. Well, I mean, I know it
It's more
exists.
gang
Like
wars.
I know it exists. I'm familiar
Yes.
with the riots now that you mention it, but
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that to be like, oh,
Absolutely.
racism is such a problem here in LA. I would never guess that.
absolutely, yeah. My family, like I mentioned earlier, my early years were spent on the West Coast because my family's from the West Coast originally, and predominantly from the California area, or that LA area of California. And I have multiple family members who participated in multiple riots, including my dad. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they were almost always, as far as I know, racially motivated. And LA apparently, and I don't know much because we moved to Alabama right before I became a teenager. So what I do know is that there's extreme division between rich and poor in that city, right?
We do know that. That's
extreme divisions. It's like some of the wealthiest people in the country live there, and some of the poorest people, definitely live there, and they don't have to interact much with each other at all. I remember my couple of visits out there. It blew my mind watching kids eat out of trash cans and stuff. Just horrible things that we went out there on a vacation one time, and we went out for the summer, and I did this thing where we would help people with their yards or whatever, just making money. We're staying. Me and my little sister were staying with our older sister for the summer, and we did this, or for a couple of weeks during the summer. And we did this thing where we were helping out our neighbors with yard work, and they would pay us. And the plan was to take all this money and go and buy treats and snacks for all of the kids in the neighborhood who we'd made friends with, and kind of have this party thing happen. When we went to the store to buy all of the food, we saw multiple people digging through trash cans and stuff. Some of them kids. We went in the store, and I don't mind tooting my own horn at all right now. We went in the store and bought a bunch of food and just gave it to them. Yeah, this is pathetic, man. I don't understand what's going on at all. But there's that going on. You've got, and I don't mean to make... This is not me like Jew bashing or anything. Some of the best people on the planet are Jewish. I have no racial preferences one way or the other, but there's a lot of different separations between all these social groups in that area, and it surprised me when I started to acknowledge it, or I read it the first time, and then I started to see evidence of it. So yeah, it's really weird to think that some place you consider progressive goes through what it goes through. And Rodney King wasn't like some isolated thing. They fully understood how that would happen out there, in which
maybe that puts a little more insight on why it's such a big deal.
Absolutely,
it's not that one thing.
Absolutely, and I can fully see all of that leading to maybe that not being a typo and Ice Cube throwing 3 Ks into the title of America's Most Wanted.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's not a typo, and that's not even a play on words. It couldn't be anything but.
The year you graduated.
That was a great album too.
What's that? Life After Death?
Yep.
Loved it. Loved it.
March 25th, 97.
I loved it.
All right, we'll be back in a moment.
Shout out to my